And okay. Um, Welcome everyone to Awesomecallstrading.com. I want to thank you. This is AJ Trader of AJ Trader 7 right here. This is my Twitter feed, and I'm sure most of you know me through that. I'm also on Instagram under awesomecalls.com, Awesome Calls Trading. And today is the last day of the year for 2018. We will be 2019 in about 12, 13 hours. I'm in California myself, so today we've put a pretty decent pre-market list together, and we had a lot of opportunities for everyone in the chat room. We were looking to trade SFET, CLLS, CYAD, Roku, Goose, Square, WDC, Shop, Spot, Tesla, Netflix, Boeing, and OSTK. Okay, so today I felt at the open that I didn't think a lot of this would hold up, so I was looking for more of the short side. I also kind of felt the algorithms would probably take over most of the day, and there's not a lot of people on the floor, so I just thought that the computers would be mostly taking over and doing the trading. A lot of right now it's in grind mode, so it's constantly up and down, up and down, up and down. You're short, then you go long, and that kind of market I don't like to. I do scalp, but I need a really hard pull on SPY, and what I look for are definitely these hard pulls like this, where it pulls like this and comes down hard, especially ones like this. I'll short like a Boeing, which I did earlier, and I'll catch maybe 40, 50 cents on 400 shares, and I like doing that. And sometimes I'll get 20, 30, 40, 50 cents, sometimes 80 cents depending. But where I have to be careful is where you got to be careful is when it spikes like that, because you're short and all of a sudden you get this and then you end up like down a buck, especially on these high price stocks. So I try to stay, unless I have a real, see, to me, this is exactly where a computer takes over, where I see something like that. I'm like, where'd that come from? You know what I mean? And so what I try to tell traders is just, just be very careful if you are going to short something or go long, at least keep your size down to a minimum. And I mean, very few people on the floor. And anyway, I'm going to take you to a couple stocks that we did. The first stock that we did was our number one pick in the morning. This was a great call, but unfortunately, it was very difficult to find shorts. Even Centerpoint did not have any. But I want to kind of teach you something. A lot of you really, really need to kind of learn of like where my head's at, why I do things the way I do. Um, Here's a stock basically that does a little less than maybe what 25, 30,000, 50,000 shares, and then it gaps up on some news. And my main objective is when I look at something like that is what the direction the stock will trade for the day. And before I make that determination, and I know, listen, I know there's a lot of young chat rooms that are opened in less than the last 2 years, and a lot of them tend to say things like, "I don't care about the news. I just look at the chart. I don't look at that. I look at the chart. The chart will tell me." And I'm sorry, okay? Maybe if you're new to the business or you know, I don't. To me, I need to know why do I think the stock will come down, and that's really important when you're running a chat room of size, because people are depending, and actually, your word is bond. So if you tell them this is a short to $3, you better have your reason behind the short. And you can't just say, well, to see how the chart is falling, it should come down and lower lows set in. Hey, that's nice. But to be more accurate and to be able to put more size in a trade, wouldn't it be better to know the reason why I'm telling you the stock is guaranteed to go to 3 and under? I mean, to me, that would give you more confidence in putting more size in because you know the reason behind the move. Okay. And that is really important when you're trading. And so, um, everyone has a sense of style out there, and I get it, but news is everything in my world. And I've been doing this for 15 years. And when I get up in the morning and I see a stock gapping up that's small cap, and I pull up the news and I see SFET receives an order from an Israeli beverage company for software security product. That is great. It's awesome. The first thing I look for is the amount of the order. And if I don't see a dollar amount attached to it, okay, that tells me that if you're not going to give me a dollar amount, then chances are I'm going to probably short the stock because you don't have any substance in that kind of headline. You're giving me just a basic, yeah, we got an order. The order could be received an order. It could be delayed money. It could be $1. It could be $10. It could be, but everyone wants you to think, oh, this is going to change the perspective of the company. No. If it's such a big deal, then, and if you look, right here was my key to the short, which a lot of you don't see, but I read everything. And this is why I made this the number one pick, because it's a small cap, it's a short play, and look right there. Financial details of the order were not disclosed. Do you read that? The minute you see something like that, you immediately put the short call in. Not about the chart, because the chart's going to take me up. So if you look at my call in the morning, the number one pick is right here. Gapping up at $1.20. I like to see it push, 425 if it comes. If it does, great. But in the end, this is going to be a slow gap fill back to 3 and under. Okay? That's it. If it sells off, great. Then you maybe buy the long side as long as it breaks out. But to me, this is a fader to 3 and under. It's as simple as that. And so when I look at a stock like that and I'm calling it out, now you can come in with size because now you have the backing of the reason why this would come down. So again, when you're in a small cap room and your leader is telling you, don't care about the news, just look at the chart. That's not going to give you the confidence an Awesomecallstrading.com monitor would give you, moderator like AJ, where he comes in like, not only am I telling you to short the thing, I'm telling you where it's going to go. I'm telling you why. I'm not trying to give you a bunch of lines and channels and look at the EMA and the VWAP. It doesn't break this. Stop. Stop. Stop it. Just stop. Look at the news. Read through it. And then determine where the stock's going to go and why. Okay? So if you're listening to this weekend, remember that when you're in a room, there's so many of these rooms out there trying to impress you with, well, you see how the VWAP turns on the MA, on the EI, which is the 16 on the village. What? You see the head and shoulders? What? See the channel? No, I don't. No. Just tell me what it's going to do and why. Okay? So you really need to stop with this, I call it noise. Everybody wants to impress you. All right? Yes, can you apply technical trading to the call? Absolutely. And there are many great gifted technical traders out there that have been doing it a while. But to me, as a trader, been doing this for 15 years, trading small cap for 15 years, just tell me the news and I will tell you where the stock goes. And that's why you see everyday consistency. Yesterday, on Friday, I gave you a deal, short, boom. Remember that one? I hand delivered a deal to everyone and it came down. That one came from 590 down to 510. And I think there was another one I gave. There was like 2 or 3 the other day. So it's really important when you understand, the news behind the move. And that's really what I need to really emphasize to you. And if you're going to ever change the way you trade, really look at maybe this year joining a room that can kind of educate you. And when your moderator gets up there and you go, why do you want to short this with the news? I can tell you, well, the financial details were not disclosed. Holy crap. How did you catch that? I don't know. This is a free scan that I pay for you every month so you could catch it, so you can become that knowledgeable. And that is really important to me as a trader. The more you understand the reason behind a move and where the stock's going to go and why, you ever wonder why I'm 85, 90% of my calls every day for the last 5 years? You know, why my P&L is up. Even when I lose, I work back to get that money and I disclose it and I show people. You know, I'm one of the very few traders in the world that actually own a room that will actually you actually are standing behind me trading a stock. And here's a perfect example. Okay, let's take a look at Goose. I want you to look at Goose very carefully, and I want you to ask yourself. Now, your traders in your room will not trade Goose. Okay, they think it's stupid. Oh, it's gapped up. Why are you going to play it? You're an idiot. Really, idiot? How about I want to pay my bills? How I got rent that's coming up. I got a car payment due. I need $1,000. How about that? What would you do with $1,000 if I told you not only where to take your stock, what to do with it, and where it would go before the market even opened, and you see my entry? I'm sorry. With all that information, wouldn't you want to take the trade, even if it's 100 shares? If you have 5,000 buying power, you know, so my job, you're hiring me at $6 a day, and for some of you, $2 a day. And for in January, I'm going to be doing something for Ultimate members. It'll be my January plan for Ultimate members. It's a 2-year plan. Well, I'm going to get you in for $1.90 a day, but I'm going to announce that in a week. But for now, okay, for this, your job is to come in at $6 a day, and my job is to make you at least 100 to 250 a day. I want to make you 500. So I will find you a great setup. You want to see what a great setup is? Take Goose, for instance. Goose, all right? And you're all looking probably, I wouldn't trade Goose. I don't even know what that is. My guy's doing SPY. He's doing SPY, and he's doing AMD and MU. That's great, great. But life is bigger than that. Life is bigger than that. Open the door. Don't be afraid to walk through it. When you come in here, you're going to walk through it. I'm going to show you, okay? So, why are we shorting Goose? Well, let's take a look. Guess what? We've got to read the news, right? Goose is up. How many points? 42 to 46. That is pretty significant. Why is it up? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Go to Goose, punch it up, Goose, right? Right? You want to know why it's up? Because in Beijing, in China, they opened up their store. And they had a line outside the door. I'm sorry. They opened up a store and they had a line outside. Now you're laughing, right? You're all laughing. You're watching this webinar and you're like, that is so stupid. Okay, I don't see that Goose just made $1 billion. I don't see that they reported revenue of $80 million that day. I see they just opened the door and there was a line outside. Okay, so you're laughing, but see, to us, that's money. So what do I do? What do I do? I'm a trader, right? I get up and guess what I do? Huh? Okay. So I get up and I'm not playing around. I need to pay my bills. Okay, and so do the people in the room. So guess what? I'm gonna go Goose short 45.36. 45.36. All right. Add a little bit more at 45.30, and then I'm gonna cover at 44.27 and 44.14, right in front of everyone in the room. Because why? Because it's a stupid store opening, right? So I tell the traders in the room, look at Goose. I took a few short at 45.36. You want transparency? You want a real trader? Huh? Do you want to make real money? Or do you want to play the paper trading game with a bunch of these moderators out there that are trying to sell you a dream, only to put money in their pockets? They don't care about you. We at Awesome Calls Trading are the only chat. I'm probably the only moderator out there that is so transparent, because my goal is to make you money. And how are you going to make money if I'm trying to bullshit you? Okay? I will never bullshit you in Awesome Calls Trading. This is it. This is what I do. This is how I pay my bills. You take the trade with me, you get paid. Okay? You want to see the trade now? Goose. Here's your entry, and here's your exit. 2 points. 500 shares, $1,000. 20,000 buying power. Next. Was it that hard? I don't think so. And even on something like that, look at one trade I could even get. I was trying to do 350 shares short Tesla. Why? I felt Tesla would sell off today. And I thought the stock would come to 335 and under before it bounced. And with the market pulling it down, Tesla would continue to come down. But the initial call was to short Tesla at 338, right here, and take it down to 335, right there, and bounce it. Market started to turn. Guess what? If you stayed with it, this is how you make a 15-point trade. It hit 325. The entry call was to go 338 short. So, you want transparency? Why did I think the stock would come down? Because I felt the market would, this Dow being up would evaporate. And with that being said, I felt the market would pull it back down. This gap up of 5 or 6 points was not warranted. So, I felt that the market would pull it down. I called for short at 338. Now, on my platform at TD, you want to see transparency? I couldn't even get the short. You see it? Tesla. You see it? You see where it says Tesla 338? You see time in force 1231? That means it didn't get filled. I put a limit order in. I had plenty of time to fill it. It said pending sale, and it would not fill. TD rejected it. So I couldn't get filled. All right. So again, now I go to the notes and I even tell the room. All right. I would nibble short here at 338. Even though I could not get the fill, I still wanted the room to get the trade. You want transparency? You want ability to make money? Take 50 shares, 20,000 buy, 16,000 buying power. You would have made 15 points, 750 for the day on 50 shares. You would have made 150 in a blink. What's the next trade? How about Spotify? All right, Spotify. Now, again, these are names that your chat room will not trade. They won't trade this stuff. Why? Because they don't know how. They don't know how. Why is Spotify up? Again, do you hear me keep asking the same question? I want to short Spotify. But the first thing before I call a short is, why is it up? Why is it up? Okay, so let's take a look. Why is it up? So I go up Spotify, I hit spot, and I look. Well, it's up because somebody at this tier 3, tier 4 firm thinks it's worth $200 a share in the year 2023. I'm sorry. Can we finish 2018, please? Do you see this stupidity in the news? So what do you want to do? If you have a large account and I tell you to start shorting at 116 and you put 5,000 shares in, guess what? You're going to make $20,000 with me your first day in the room. And trust me, I have a lot of large account holders in the room. I have people that actually trade funds for others in big, I'm talking people with some serious cash. This is why they come to the room. All right? They'll take a Spotify and run 3,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 4,000 shares for their fund. Why? Because I did not feel that the gap up would be substantial. You're on a tier 3 firm telling me the stock is worth $200 in the year 2023. I'm sorry. Let me finish 2018, please. So, what's the call? Okay, what's the call? Let's take a look. Spotify. I like to see a pop to 116 and then short it to 113. Watch for bottom curl. I wanted a gap fill. I gave it a little bit of credential. I thought, well, it probably might curl at 113, but if the market pulls it, it'll do a full gap fill. So I said Spotify. All right, 116. Do you want to know what the stock hit? You want to see the quality room you're in, that you're going to be in after you fire your current room? Of course, Spotify hit 116.25. Now, how do I know that? Do I throw shit on darts on a board? No. I'm a professional day trader. This is what I do for a living. Okay? 116, 113, 3 points, 10,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 15,000. You want to hold it more? Stock hit 112. You want another one? How about this one? This one will kind of blow you away. You ready for this? WDC. Did your chat room trade that today? Absolutely not. Do you know why? Because they're not going to. What does that mean to you? That means that if you had 500 shares, 15,000, 16,000 buying power, guess what? You would have made $1,500 in 25, 30 minutes of work. That's right. If you took 2,000 shares on my call, you would have made $6,000 on that trade. How did I know? Simple. WDC is a broken down company. All right, there's nothing good about this stock at this present time. But you're gapping up. So the first thing I want to know is what? I want to know why. Why are you even talking to me? Why are you gapping up? I need to know the why. So I go to my scan that I pay for if you're a yearly, and I look. Why are you gapping up? Just some implied volatility movement. Are you kidding me? Okay, well then I'm going to have to short you. I'm sorry, that's what I'm going to have to do. If you don't have an upgrade, or you're not putting money in your company, or you didn't get a buyout offer, or you're not seeking, some collaboration or something, you're coming down. And you're going to come down in a heartbeat. And I'm going to take you down because you know what? That's what I do. So I tell the chat room, go short. And I not only tell them the short, I tell them the entry. Right? WDC. Where are you? WDC. There now. Okay? I would take some short. And any pop at the open towards 39, short it, short it, short it. It will gap fill a minimum to 37 and under. If this dumps right away, look for that full gap fill. 37 was a target. That's a 1.5 in your pocket. Again, that's my job is to make you 500 a day. If you took 250 shares, you would have made 2 points. That's $500. That's 7,000 buying power. All you have to do is click and read. And the entry, the exit, and the why. Every trade given to you in this room must be done that way. The entry, the exit, and the why. So do you want to see the trade now? Ding, 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 ding. You shorted here. You gave it room to 39 in case it popped. It hit 38.50. And guess what happened? Zoop. There's your 37. Guess how much money you made? And how long did that take? Look at the timeline. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. 6 minutes and 22 seconds. If you did 1,000 shares short, you made $1,500 in 6 minutes and 22 seconds. You want to stay longer? Hell yeah. How about you take it to 35,000 shares? Now you make double the money. Was that hard? Did your room trade that? No. Do you know why? Because they fucking can't. Right? Let's do another one. Let us do. I liked Boeing. Yeah. Actually, I want to give credit to B trades on CCCL. Let's stop for a moment and give recognition where it's due. Every morning, it's either Raphael or B trades. It's one of them. They come in the morning and they are small cap wonders. I mean, I've never seen two group of gentlemen that come in and every single day find us the runners. And they delivered again. This time B trades spotted this morning and there was some serious volume. And it looks to me like there was probably a chat room trying to pump this. And that happens. And if we notice the volume starting to come in, we will probably play the breakout. And usually the breakout, we probably, well, what B Trades did is he just did the flag breakout. Once he saw the volume and the curl around, he actually called out about a 120 that was taking off. He said he first stayed in the room, volume coming in, and then he said, looks like it's got room to go. And that's when he starts giving pinpoints. I think this will go to $1.75, $1.85, $1.95, and I'll have attention on it, and I'll put it on screen as well. And I will play the stock. I did play this a little bit. I only caught 10 cents because obviously I was in other trades, but at least I made money on it, and I will not go back in this trade. It's just a simply pop, a push, and then a dump-a-thon. And so this one gets definite recognition, CCCO. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have room for one more trade for today. Let's take, was it Roku, SFET, Square? I think I said Square. Let me look at Square. What did I want Square? 58 and then take it to 56. Yeah, we could do Square. All right. Now, Square is very market sensitive. And we trade Square almost kind of daily. Because why? It's an easy chart to read. And whenever the market pulls, it follows SPY. And we love trades that give us range that are kind of inexpensive. And that way we don't get hurt if we're doing 250, 350, 400 shares. It's kind of like Roku. And basically Square, as you can see, again, gapping up because the market was up. So here's the gap up. You can see it right here. It closed at 55.83, almost 56 a share. And it gapped up all the way to almost 57. So I told the chat room, based on this market conditions for today, I like to get a pop up here through 58. You can take short, but give it room to 58 and then shred the stock down to 56 and under. Bottom curl it and go long. It's that simple. It's that simple. There's nothing to think about. There's nothing to get all excited about except that you're going to make money. You just need to understand the stock. Market's up 200 points. Square's up. I thought there would be profit taking kicking in. I didn't think the market would hold. Therefore, I felt that we get a small pop at the open, scale into it, and shred it down to 56 and under. And that was the call. So I put it in writing before the market even opened, gapping up. I just like to see a small pop at the open and then just gap fill to 56 and under. How hard is that? Higher it goes, better the fade. Bottom curl it, head it right back up. It's right there. Entry, exit, and the Y. So here we go. Entry, exit, and the Y. That's it. You could have taken any one of these 7 ideas, and I had, what, 12 of them? And it could have made money. Could have traded Boeing. We had Tree. We were trading Shop. And Shop, this one I really wanted it to come down. This was gapping up. We won't do a chart tonight on it because it didn't give us exactly what we wanted. But it was still gapping up 3 points. And with Shop, before it legs up, it likes to fill some sort of gap. So I went ahead and went short at 136. And I wish I could have got a little bit more. And I basically just said at the open the stock was going to come down. it just kind of flush out. It ended up about 135.07. So I went short at 136 on a limit order, and I covered right here. And if you want full transparency, all right, here's shop. Here's my short. Now you want to see it on Twitter or on my live feed, and there it is. You see it right there, shop. All right, I started pre-market 136 short, 908.43, 1231.18. I executed the trade, went short, and I covered short, shop, market order 135.33, and notice the time. It took 53 seconds from the opening bell to make my money. So you figure 500 shares, 400 shares, and you do the math. How much money you make in 53 seconds. It's pretty easy to make 500 a day in the room. And every day, 5 days a week, this is what we do in Awesome Calls Trading. And that is today's live webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a nice New Year's. I'll be out of here in about 12 minutes myself. And it's a nice recap. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to you joining us on 2019 and making it a great year. Don't forget, this is our last day for our annual. And again, I'll be putting a 2-year plan together for a 90-day period. But for this year, this is the annual. And again, I give you credit back $90 every month for 1 full year. So you end up paying about $2.50 to be in the room. All right. So enjoy. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you for joining the webinar, and I look forward to trading with you on Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.